Hello everyone, my name is Valentina Nunez, and today I will be introducing my final project on a part of humanities that I feel isn't accredited for at times. When I think of art, I mostly think of paintings, sculptures, musicians, etc. But when I figured out what to talk about for my final project, I realized how beautiful and necessary books have been in our lives. They have single-handedly provided us with every bit of information we will ever get to know. Yes, with the click of a button, we are instantly given an answer, though there will never be anything that could compare to the feeling of physically feeling a book and turning the page. For my final project, I will be speaking about the famous J.K. Rowling and how she has significantly impacted the 21st century. J.K. Rowling was born in Chipping Slattery on July 31st of 1965 in London. A fun fact about her would be that she never really warmed up to her name because kids in elementary school would call her names such as Rolling Pin or something else that was funny. J.K. Rowling is actually a pen name that she uses for her real name, Joanne Rowling. From an early age, Rowling had a strong ambition to become a writer. From the age of 6, she wrote short stories, her favorite being one regarding a rabbit with measles that her mother praised for effort. It was her good friend that initially motivated her to become a writer, after he gave her confidence that one day she would be able to make a very good writer. Rowling was sent to study French at the University of Exeter, which she did not think too fondly of. After spending a year in Paris, she graduated from the university and took on plenty of jobs in London. It was then in 1990 that Rowling first conceived the idea of Harry Potter. She recalls it to be on a long train journey from Manchester to London when she began to form the characters in her head. It all started with an image of a boy. She did not know at the moment that he would be a wizard, but Rowling states that, to my immense frustration, I didn't have a pen that worked, and I was too shy to ask anybody if I could borrow one. So she had to keep the ideas locked in her brain the rest of the trip home. Upon arriving to her junction, she began to immediately write the book, although at the time she didn't realize it would take her several years to finish. It was also during this time that Rowling lost her mother, who died of multiple sclerosis. Her own loss gave an added tragedy to the death of Harry Potter's mother in her own book. Her favorite scene is said to be in The Philosopher's Stone, where Harry is able to see his parents in the mirror. In 1991, she landed a job as a teacher in Portugal, where she met her first husband and had her first child, Jessica. However, after a few years, the couple split and Rowling was thrown out of the house. By December of 1993, Rowling decided to return to the United Kingdom, where she finished her first book and sent it off to various agents. Christopher was the agent who spent over a year trying to get a publisher and was rejected by 12 major publishing houses, but eventually a small publisher, Bloomsbury, agreed to take the book. What is so interesting to me is that 12 popular publishing companies denied access to a series of books that today everyone dies for. Within weeks of publication, the sales started skyrocketing, to which Rowling was even given a grant from the Scottish Arts Council that enabled her to write full-time. After the book became ever famous in the United Kingdom, the Scholastic Company here in the United States agreed to pay a remarkable £100,000 for the right to publish in America. In 1998, the Warner Bros. Secured the film rights with a seven-figure amount and produced films that magnify the success of these very books. In the year 2006, at around December time, Joanne finished her final book of the Harry Potter series, known as Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, which was released in July of 2007, becoming one of the fastest-selling books of all time. According to the biography website, this was actually Rowling's favorite book and left her both happy and sad to see it all end. She also mentioned how she would not continue the series, but would potentially add a dictionary informing readers of all things Hogwarts and Harry Potter related. Her books have sold over 450 million copies, won a number of awards, made into movies, and transformed the lives of many. J.K. Rowling has won a significant amount of awards ever since her first debut of Harry Potter. In 1997, she was recognized by the Nestle Smarties Gold Prize Award for the book Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. In both 1998 and 1999, she was awarded by the Booksellers Association as Author of the Year. Rowling was also recognized by both the Prince of Wales and the Prince of Asturias, Spain, for her commitment in literature and achievements in humanities. She was also honored by the British Book Awards and the Hans Christian Andersen Award. All in all, when I think of Harry Potter, I think of my childhood and how, as a third grader, my friends and I would analyze each book and categorize ourselves into different groups and fall in love with such vivid imagination that Rowling displays in her series and in our lives. What is so beautiful about the 21st century is that we were all free to express and be ourselves, and so Rowling did just that. She has motivated countless of writers and students to be strong, effortless leaders, just like her main character Harry was. She demonstrated the importance of friendship and family and how important it is to see who really are the bad people in your life. Although this was just a children's book filled with fantasy and wizards, I believe she did so much more than that. Just like art found in Greek and Roman time inspired and motivated those periods shortly after, I believe Rowling was a stepping stone for so many other authors. During her time of becoming an author, plenty of people thought that a woman was not capable of sharing a great piece, and so she struggled with companies accepting her because of her gender. This is the very reason why she used a pen name to disguise her identity and remove herself of any bias that could be given. What does this teach young children? It teaches young girls and boys to never let something tear you down. Except keep going until you have reached your goal. She has created books that you do not want to put down and has embedded life lessons that are planted inside to teach people to never give up. I like to somewhat refer to J.K. Rowling as one of those rags into riches stories. Rowling has since become the UK's best-selling author and one of the wealthiest women in the world, but not before overcoming the hardships of being a single mother living on welfare. I find it amazing how her story of being made fun of, experiencing the death of her mother, working so hard to become accepted, has been portrayed into each character and in each book. Each book has a certain obstacle that needed to be overcome, but she has taught children that anything is possible and is a mere inspiration. Thank you all for listening, and I hope you have a great rest of your year.